Good. Yeah, good. Good to see you. Likewise. Yeah, exactly.
I just put the last of my notes together.
Okay, good.
So I'm all ready to go.
Otherwise, I'm in a panic, or it was, paper made.
Well, the worst part is I actually have to.
All we need on my side is this. Yours and Dalton's are my two favorites.
Very, very silly, right? I'm in a Woodruff's dining hall 10 years ago.
Right, 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 right.
I haven't told Peyton that yet.
No, 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 not at all. Not at all.
Ah.
When he doesn't approve. Hey, Jim Woodward.
Adam Novotny, good to meet you.
Likewise, likewise. Maybe.
I'm just a random guy.
Yeah, good to see you.
Brian wants to.
Actually, Brian, you should be really. I'm the one that, I bring the money.
He's bringing it. I appreciate it. Very helpful.
Yeah, yeah.
I was particularly.
Market thinks otherwise.
We're keeping them.
Morning snowstorm.
I- 40 years of Midwest winters. I thought
Yeah,
maybe
you're
it was
done?
time to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be a snowbird.
Yeah.
Inspired by Anne Murray's lyrics. It was all right.
Yeah, yeah.
You're not using Jim in Georgia? Because there's just something, he doesn't need to take a risk, right? You're at that stage of your career where you can pick and choose.
Yes, exactly.
That's where I work myself before you.
also, why are you offering?
Well, they were,
That
I didn't
raises
have to
some
get that
sides.
far, the regulators wouldn't care why, they were just like, oh, no, 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 no. Grabbed onto the house, like, I'm. Yeah, exactly. Well, you just became the mayor pro tem. Congratulations, Councilman. Oh, 1 month ago. Okay, got it.
Mother's Day weekend, I moved down and then had my final interview that next Wednesday and then started the day after Memorial Day. It's like, actually, the other, like last week, they were but it'll level back out and now it will be really hot.
Good to see you. It's good in person.
I know, exactly. I know. It's always good.
Brought in a hired gun, man. Nothing personal, David, but I want a real attorney today.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. No.
I asked him a question at Scrum this morning. How do you have nothing this? Because I have a job. I want a job.
Good evening and welcome to the City of Roswell Mayor and Special Called City Council meeting of June 30th, 2025. I am Mayor Kurt Wilson. I'd like to introduce my colleagues and council members present. Councilmember Sarah Beeson, Councilmember Christine Hall, Councilmember and Pro Tem Lee Hills, Councilmember David Johnson, Councilmember William Mortland, Councilmember Alan Sells. At this point, I'll now turn the meeting over to our City Administrative Officer and City Administrator, Mr. Randy Knighton, to explain how the meeting's run. Mr. Knighton.
Sure. Thank you, Mayor, and glad to be back.
Glad to have you back.
Thank you. In accordance with Section Chapter 3.70, the City Council will hold regular public meetings, and of course, the mayor can call a special called meeting, which we are in this evening. And of course, these meetings are designed for the public to participate and speak on agenda items which constitute formal decisions by the elected body. And these items, of course, are listed on the published agenda prior to the meeting. This is a public meeting, and these items will require a public hearing. To ensure an accurate record of the meeting, any resident who is here and that would like to speak, we ask that you complete a comment card so we can ensure an accurate record of the meeting. And of course, we ask that everyone employ the principles of mutual respect and display the appropriate demeanor during the course of the meeting this evening. The mayor is the presiding officer and will ensure the orderly exchange of comments, questions, and discussion leading to decisions by the elected body. And as always, we invite everyone to Roswell365.com for a calendar of events. There are a number of events upcoming in the city of Roswell which promote community, physical activity, and leisure as we all make Roswell the #1 family community in America. Mayor Wilson.
Thank you, Mr. Knighton. Welcome back. It is a great privilege and pleasure to have you back with us.
Thank you, sir.
City Clerk, Ms. Nancy Long, would you please read the first item on the regular agenda?
Yes, Mayor, the first item is approval of a resolution for the regulation and issuance of general obligation bonds, Series 2025A, and approval of budget amendment BA 31462000063025 to set up appropriate bond proceeds. This will be presented by Chief Financial Officer Bill Godshall.
Thank you, Nancy.
There we go. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Don't let the deafening noise take you over.
So a quick timeline of what brought us here today. In November of 2022, our voters approved $179.6 million in bond issuances spread across 3 questions: public safety, parks and recreation, and the parking deck. We issued our first tranche of bonds of $86.2 million in April of 2023, related to all 3 of those questions, including the complete issuance for the parking deck. In April of 2025, this body approved the initiation of the second tranche to raise $93.4 million related to the public safety question and the parks and recreation question. And this tranche will satisfy the remainder of the questions on the ballot back in November 2022. So we initiated the bond offering process with help from a lot of people, including Jim Woodward, our bond counsel, who's attending tonight in case we have any additional questions. The bond offering started this afternoon at noon, and by 12:05 we had 14 bids submitted. We had expected 14 bids submitted. We expected 8 to 10, so there was excessively high interest in our bond offering. We had expected a bid rate of 4.5%. We came in at 4.39%, so much lower, which is in interest rate world a good result. So the purpose of the meeting tonight, obviously, is to get your approval to accept the bond proceeds and then to approve the budget amendment that will allocate the bond proceeds and the projects. In our first slide, we raised $54.5 million par amount for the recreation parks, bicycle, pedestrian paths, and sidewalks. We received a premium of $1.4 million. And we are also going to recognize $1.5 million of earned interest in the bond account that's accumulated since the previous issuance. That will get us a total source of funds of $57.4 million. After costs associated with capitalized interest, issuance, and underwriter's discount, that will leave us with project funds of $55.3 million. As you may recall, we had a balancing of the bonds because we had some opportunities arise in public safety that required us to move quicker than we had originally anticipated. So we are rebalancing the two questions with the $10.7 million, which would give us proceeds to appropriate for parks of $66 million. These are the projects that will be included in the budget amendment for the funding of the $66 million related to parks, recreation, bicycle, and pedestrian paths and sidewalks. For the public safety question, we raised $38.9 million, including as well as a premium of $1 million. After use of funds, that leaves project funds available at $38.4 million, with the rebalancing of the $10.7 million that allows bond proceeds to be appropriated at $29.2 million for the various projects, which include these projects as previously approved, and allocates the actual budget amendments to utilize the funds raised. Our recommendation is to approve the resolution before the mayor and council tonight, and I'm more than happy to take any questions.
Thank you, Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Bill Godgel. Does the council have any thoughts, comments, or questions on the matter at hand? Thank you very much. Do any Roswell residents have any thoughts, comments, or questions on the matter at hand? Thank you very much. I'll bring it back to council. Is there a motion to approve this item? Motion made by Councilmember Alan Sells. Is there a second? Second. Seconded by Councilmember Christine Hall. All those in favor of approving this motion, please raise your hand. Do so by raising your hands. Let the record state that the vote is 6-0. It is unanimous, and the motion is approved. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Godshell, very much. Thanks for your hard work, and thanks for bringing in that 4.39% rate, as well as 14 bidders. Well done, sir.
Thank you.
City Clerk Nancy Long, would you please read the next item on the regular agenda?
Item is approval for the mayor and/or city administrator to award a contract with Native Instinct LLC for the water treatment plant generator in an amount not to exceed $324,802.56. This will be presented by Director of Environmental Public Works, Brian Watson.
Welcome, Brian.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, Mayor. Good evening, Council. In October of '22, EPW submitted a grant to FEMA and GEMA for a backup generator for our water treatment plant. In March of '25, Mayor and Council approved receiving about $573,000 from FEMA and GEMA. And due to the federal regulations under this grant, the city was required to solicit quotes in the open market. The city advertised the generator on the city's website, and on May 29th, we received 11 quotes for the generator, ranging from $313,307.25 to $565,000, with the quote submitted by Native Instinct to be the most responsive and responsible to perform the work. Staff recommends awarding the contract to Native Instinct in an amount of $324,802.56. With that, I'll take any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Watson. Does council have any thoughts, comments, or questions on the matter at hand? Do any Roswell residents have any thoughts, comments, or questions on the matter at hand? Being that they're not, I will ask for a motion to approve this item. Motion made by Councilmember David Johnson. Is there a second? Second. Seconded by Councilmember and Pro Tem Lee Hills. All those in favor of approving this motion, please do so by raising your hands. Let the record show that the vote is 6-0 and unanimous, and the motion is approved. Thank you, Mr. Watson. Appreciate it. All your hard work. Congratulations, sir. City Clerk Nancy Long, would you please read the next item, or actually the last item on the regular agenda?
Yes, this is approval for the mayor and/or city administrator to award a contract with Kindle Supply, Inc. to relocate AMI equipment in an amount not to exceed $99,500. This will be presented by Brian Watson, Director of Environmental Public Works.
Thank you. Still good evening. The Roswell Water Utility will be relocating the equipment that is currently located on the Community Circle water tank. The equipment is part of the water utility's advanced metering infrastructure system. Staff recommends awarding a contract to Kindle Supply in an amount of $99,500 to relocate the existing equipment. Staff also recommends allocating $25,500 for this project for any unforeseen circumstance. With that, I'll take any questions.
Thank you, Brian. Does council have any thoughts, comments, or questions on the matter at hand? Do any Roswell residents have any thoughts, comments, or questions? Thank you very much. I'll ask for a motion. Is there a motion to approve this item? Motion by Councilmember David Johnson. Is there a second? Seconded by Councilmember William Mortland. All those in favor of approving this item, please do so by raising your hands. Let the record show that the vote is 6-0 and unanimous, and the motion is approved. Thank you, Mr. Watson. Congratulations. Thank you, sir. Last on the agenda is the City Attorney's Report. Chief Legal Officer and City Attorney David Davidson, would you please read the item?
Thank you, Mayor. The only item I have is recommendation for closure to discuss personnel litigation and real estate.
Thank you, Mr. Davidson. Do I have a motion for closure? Motion for closure by Councilmember Sells. Is there a second? Seconded by Councilmember Johnson. All in favor of going to closure, please do so by raising your hands. Let the record show that the vote is 6-0, unanimous, and we go to closure. I appreciate it very much, being that there are no other items. This special called Mayor and Council meeting of June 30th, 2025 is adjourned. Thank you. Thanks, Jim.